Welcome back to Slot Live. No wait, I think that intro's already taken. I've been reading Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita for a video I'm making called The Problematic Usage of Lollies in Anime. It's taken me quite a bit of time to get through this book because it's difficult to read, and not just for the obvious reasons, but because the book is written in an almost absurdist style, something akin to Camus' The Plague or the ramblings of Vladimir and Didi and Beckett's Waiting for Godot. It is a writing style that is right up my alley, but is difficult to fully comprehend, made more so by the constant French translations I have to make. And like some sort of divine reminder to keep at it, I saw this gem of a Reddit post title in r/indie games of all places. And it reads, "The official Hotline Miami Discord server shelters pedophiles, racists, and misogynists. The owner and staff elect to turn a blind eye to this, instead banning users who speak up on it."
Wow.
That is quite the accusation, and I live for terminally online drama like this, so naturally I had to see what it was all about. Now, before I say anything more, let's make a couple of things clear. Hotline Miami is a game released back in 2012. It is a hyper-violent, stylized shooter, and as far as I can tell, neither the Discord nor the subreddit being discussed are in any way an official communication channel for the game or its developers. As far as I can tell, this is purely terminally online, brain-rotted behavior from community members. Contrary to the title of the post, I do not believe this is in any way an official matter. As well, this video is going to talk about pedophilia, and personally, I feel like if you have to censor yourself, you shouldn't be talking about the issue. So I'm not going to. With that being said, here's what happened. A user by the name of 2000 Men recently took to the Hotline Miami and indie games subreddit to express a concerning series of events that they went through on the Hotline Miami Discord. According to 2000 Men, they joined the Discord because they were trying to expand their circles, doing so through the games that they play. When they joined the Hotline Miami Discord server and greeted the channel, they noticed that a user in the chat was using the N-word with a hard A. After that, they looked into the pinned messages in the channel because that's usually where all the important updates or need-to-know information was, and there, front and center, was a message that read, "I support pedophilia."
You what?
Not a great soundbite to have. When 2000 Men saw this pinned message, they started to dig around and found another message that said something along the lines of... Okay, well, even I'm not willing to say that one. But because of this, along with some other concerning messages shared in the general chat, 2000 Men reported the pinned post, to which the Discord mod responded to them saying something along the lines of, "This is the nerdiest thing I've ever fucking seen here," which is always a reasonable reaction to someone informing you that the community has someone saying they love pedophilia and assaulting children. Then again, it is a Discord mod, so it's no wonder they don't see the issue here. 2000 Men got into what they described as a heated exchange with the Discord mod, and was told they write like a woman, by the way, whatever that is supposed to mean, and then they were banned from the Discord. 2000 Men did what any reasonable person would do in this situation and reported the users who said that weird shit to Discord. Discord itself reviewed the reports and temporarily suspended several accounts, indicating that at least some content crossed the platform rules. And we know this to have happened because of Discord's response to 2000 Men, and because the Discord server owner had to step in and make a statement. The owner, who goes by Tony, purged the entire general chat, like any innocent person would do, and went on to say that a single disgruntled member was abusing Discord's auto-mod system and targeting members of the community, getting their accounts unrightfully suspended or locked, going on to dismiss the actions of 2000 Men as antisocial behavior. I mean, I guess reporting would-be pedo supporters to an extent is antisocial behavior, but then again, maybe some people just shouldn't be socialized with. 2000 Men's post was naturally removed from the Hotline Miami subreddit, and they were, of course, banned, but not before people saw it and started to discuss what happened. And seeing the post removed only added fuel to the fire. The post, however, remained up on r/indie games where myself and others learned about what was going on. That is more or less part 1 from the perspective and post of 2000 Men. Now, in response to this post, the Discord server owner came to the Hotline Miami subreddit, where they were also apparently a mod. On a post titled, "On the Hotline Miami subreddit Discord server and dark comedy," Tony would go on to say, "Hotline Miami is a game that attracts people who have very dark humor. It is a game that deals with violence. The second game even briefly delves into sexual violence. It is also a game that is very old, with a community that is old. And internet culture was very different years ago, in particular during the late 2010s and the very beginning of the 2020s. As a result of the countless accusations throughout the years against Discord itself as a platform, including the reported sheltering of an employee who was accused of being a pedophile, a lot of the people in the subreddit's Discord server have made jokes about the pedophilic culture associated with Discord. In protest of the incident mentioned earlier, a moderator in the subreddit's Discord renamed the role you get for giving money to Discord via their Discord Nitro program to supports pedophilia, without consulting and without the knowledge of the rest of the moderation team. This role has not been called that for the past 3 to 4 years. This action was done many years ago in protest of Discord's culture to discourage users of the server from donating money to Discord in response to how they reacted to the situation. This, however, led to some users who have given money to Discord through the Discord Nitro program to joke about supporting pedophilia. A few hours ago, a user wrote a post in this subreddit accusing the Discord server of sheltering pedophiles. This is blatantly disgusting and false. Essentially, Tony is saying that a lone mod 3 to 4 years ago created a joke Discord role saying "I support pedophilia" that was only triggered if you gave money to boost the Discord. It was meant to be an ironic way of dissuading people from giving Discord any more money, making light of a series of scandals Discord has had a problem with relating to groomers and abusers. And if you look at the screenshot 2000 Men posted, you'll see that it's from 2022. And that the boosted messages have long since dropped that quote-unquote joke. Tony even went back and made 2000 Men's original post visible on the subreddit again. Now, with all that being said, I, unfortunately, have this affliction I call being able to see both sides of the story. If I'm being completely honest, as fun as it is to point and laugh at Discord and Reddit mods, this story seems a little blown out of proportion. Discord does have a known issue with pedos and groomers, and it was more openly rampant a few years ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone, as a form of protest or even as an edgy joke, made giving Discord money an insult with the likes of a role described as "I support pedophilia." It's not my humor, but I do get the joke. Again, even in the screenshot provided, this is a pinned post from 2022, 4 years ago. It also looks like 2000 Men had to dig around to find more supporting evidence of people saying deplorable things about children, all from years in the past. It is quite a stretch to say that this community is sheltering pedophiles. That is a wild conclusion to come to based on the evidence provided. Tony even goes on to say that they recognize that jokes like this can normalize and even trivialize people's experience, and that they will be more mindful and watchful of the chat moving forward. Was the joke tasteless? Yeah. Did it deserve to be removed? Absolutely. Should it have ever been there? I don't know, probably not. But there's a massive difference between edgy, poorly aged Discord humor and actively sheltering predators. And based on what's been provided, I have no reason to come to that conclusion. I don't even see how anyone could come to that conclusion. Frankly, it's a borderline slanderous thing to write. Wait, Jonah, was that the right use of slander?
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
Thanks, JJ. I'll keep that in mind in the future. As an ending note, I don't want to dive into the psychology of dark humor because then I'd have to go get sources and open up a textbook, and that is not the point of this video. But dark humor is a well-documented source of coping from traumatic events. We have no idea the state of mind of the individual that typed that or the type of experiences they had. So judging an entire community off of something like this is willfully ignorant, if not maliciously intentful. But maybe I'm off base. Maybe certain things just shouldn't be joked about anymore. The psychology would disagree, but these days people adhere more to the court of public opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments.